Ethics. And before I start with the questions for our esteemed panel members, I'd like to start with a brief 3 short scenarios. First is, let us go to the state of Sikkim and say we have a person named Tashi. He's 45 years old, he's a factory worker, and he's working day and night shifts, family duties, and he's not educated. And here comes in the Swaram, our free MOOC platform, from where he signed up IIT curated courses on supply chain management. And in 6 months' time, he earned a micro credential. This helped with his promotional chances. This also helped to motivate the other members in the factory to go for upskilling. Second scenario, let us go back to the COVID pandemic times, and we have a professional in the field of mental health who always wanted to go first, and career did not permit her to do so. And here comes in Coursera. This is not a publicity for Coursera. These are just examples I will take you through. I don't have any personal advertising options here. And this person went through emotional first aid training, psychological first aid from Johns Hopkins, Harvard, and then community mental health from the NIMHANS India Eco platform. And that person is I myself. And now we go to the third scenario. We have an 8th grade student who struggles with social studies. I'm sure from whoever's there from the school scenario, our students really struggled in remembering and recalling dates and events. I mean, all of us will agree. And same thing, this 8th grader struggled with her dates and events. And she found this free digital learning platform called Quizlet, which now helps her through way of flashcards to, memorize and really do well for her social studies, the history and civics part. Now you see 3 scenarios: adult learners, school-going learners. But what is the commonality, the possibility for learning here? Now, coming in line to NEP 2020's vision, which talks about personalized learning, flexible learning, lifelong learning, your digital platform, and your AI tools, and that's where I think this panel comes in and is of utmost importance. What we will try to cover in today's panel, the key 5 points, is how do we support diverse learners, how do we bridge the digital gap, handling of ethical issues in digital learning, upskilling with short courses, and of course, future proofing of programs. And without wasting of technology. So let's move on to the first round, and we start with Mr. Diwan Siraj Munir from Sublime Academy, Barpeta. And my question to you is, how can digital tools in educational institutions help diverse students, such as those in rural or multilingual areas, build lifelong learning habits?
Thank you, ma'am. That's a wonderful question. I run a school in Barpeta, which is a bit rural compared to Guwahati and other cities of the Northeast. So the question is a bit relevant to my work. I really do believe that schools do really have a very important role while imparting the digitalization of education to the students when it comes mostly to the motive of intent of the students. First of all, the students should have an intent that they are going to use the digital sources or the digital tools as we speak for their upscaling or for gathering knowledge. But the most important thing is that as a school or as educational institutions, we need to give them the proper direction. They need to learn the skill of how to properly use it, not just to use it to learn, but to learn better. If the students use the platforms, digital platform, just to learn, it leads to a passive learning. Nowadays, passive learning is very evident. Earlier, the student didn't have much access to platforms, digital platforms for learning, so they were very much curious about what to learn from the given content. But nowadays, the content is flooded. Internet is flooded with content, and that's why it becomes very much difficult for the students to pick the right information from the ocean of information. So yes, as a school, as educators, we need to give them the direction, and there's the skill. As we speak of skill, building skills, which is the theme of today's event. So the skill that we can work here for the student is to teach them how to use the internet, how to use the digital platforms, how to use AI, artificial intelligence. Ma'am has also mentioned multilingualism, or I would say bilingualism rather, in context of Assam. We do have English medium schools as well as medium schools. In my school, for secondary education, we do offer both the mediums. So in class 11 and 12, for science and all the other streams, I do have both the mediums, English as well as Assamese. And it becomes a bit difficult for the Assamese medium students to gather resources from the internet, because for the students of English medium students, it's very much easy to just search whatever they want, either in Google or ChatGPT or Gemini, and gather the information. But for Assamese medium students, they find it a bit difficult. So for that, I would like to mention one solution that one of my teacher did. So he was a teacher of physics, faculty of physics, and I found him using Google Cloud, which is also known as Google Docs, I believe. So what he did is that he uploaded the notes of Assamese medium for the Assamese medium student in Assamese, right? And those notes or those solutions could be accessed by the students just by going to the Google Drive. So yeah, that was a solution that one of my teachers found, and we're really extremely happy to see that yes, the Assamese medium students, the language could not be a barrier for learning when it comes to using digital platforms. One more point I would like to mention here is that students, they are very much there is always a dark side of digital education, which has been discussed and which has been thoroughly studied. So yes, as a school, the teachers of the school need to set some parameters through which they can control the users of internet. For JEE preparation, we know that we don't have to give some test series. And there are a lot of institutions, there are a lot of platforms across the country who conducts test series for JEE examination, mock test rather. And those are at some point of time quite expensive also. Some platforms, they do charge a good amount, some platforms, they do charge moderately. But 3 or 4 days back, Google Gemini tweeted that they have made mock test series for JEE free of cost. So now the student just can go to Google Gemini, search, or rather create the mock test for JEE and give it for free. So that's how the students, they can use the platform to assess themselves, to revise themselves, and to prepare themselves for the examinations and for the entrances.
Thank you. I think what we get from here is motive, emphasis of learning with other languages, and of course, safety of our students when they go on the digital platform. And my next question is to Dr. Durlav Sarkar from Gurukul Group of Educational Wing, Mangaldai. How can institutions protect student data privacy, reduce AI biases in tools, and of course support the well-being of the students, because it's all digital? And may I request to just answer briefly, since I think we are short of time for this panel. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. In my question, there are 4 parts. Before starting my answer, I would like to introduce myself. Myself, Dr. Durlav Sarkar, founder and director of Gurukul Group of Educational Wing. I have 3 campuses. Before answering my question, I would like to tell something from my childhood. I was born in very remote places where there was no technology. Even current connection was also not there. Proper road connection was not there. And when during the summer time, even the area was so flooded, we could not able to attend the class. And my aim was to be a cycle mechanic because my uncle was cycle mechanic, and when I visited their houses, I able to take good food because I was running, means food lacking, food crisis was there in our house during some months. My father was a carpenter and we were a big family. So during, when I was in class 10, I generally do not attend so much classes because I was also a worker. Means daily basis I used to do work, like Hajira work. In local language it is called Hajira work. So one day, my headmaster came to my home and told, that school was venture school, neither private, neither government. So he told me that I have so much expectation on you. He made me so emotional. So commitment was given to that my head teacher. I'll try my level best because that school till 2001, there was no first division. When sharing these things, something is there. There was no first division. So I was little bit serious and practical, technical. Technically I was strong as per my sir's opinion. So he told me, I have expectation you can do good result. Then commitment was given because for education I was not serious because there was no ambition through my education. Then somehow I given the exam and till now my record was yet not broken. Means very good result. So then after that I got admission in Cotton College. Then after that I got selected in IIT Patna, like journey happened and I start coaching classes. Then earning comes. Then I founded a school. Now I have 3 schools along 2,000 students. So I have seen traditional class as well as technology because I am I am from technical background. So in school I was out of any technology, nothing, copy, pen, till class 10, till class 12. But when I have done experiment in IITs till 5 or 9 o'clock, then due to technological support, I was empowered. My skill has been developed. My thinking has been developed, analytical thinking, empathy, emotions, which is called cognitive development. And you know, during my BTech classes study, I was doing coaching classes also for earning my semester fee. So from that time only, I was very strong in teaching how to attack the student. So I have, in my question, there are actually 4 parts. How we can protect student data. Practically, if I want to answer the reality, हम लोग student का data को protect नहीं कर पाते, phone number, name, क्यों नहीं कर, कैसे, let me give some practical example. The parents are so much bonding with me. They used to every day they used to call, they used to ask some questions, some problem, their mental stability, students' mental stability. They used to call. There is a accessible. I am always accessible. Suddenly they used to call, sir. One call I have received that they have पे course लेना है और आप लोग बोल के कि this information they are giving about your example. This director's instruction that you join this course like that. But I don't know, it is not known from my side. So sometimes student इसका साथ scam होता है, हुआ भी है हम लोग student के साथ. तो data privacy करना very difficult. मैं practically इसको face करता हूँ. अगर यहाँ पे कोई जो भी है अभी यहाँ पे gather हुआ है सब कोई, तो gathering में हो सकता है इसका solution मिले. लेकिन मैंने हम लोगों को स्कूल में जैसे कोई स्टूडेंट होता है, nowadays student have so many problems I have seen, autism disorder, hyperactive, mental disorder, addiction towards mobile phone. तो इसको लेके क्या होता है, एक दूसरे को बुली भी करता है. अगर मान लेते पेरेंट्स आके मुझे कुछ सीक्रेसी बताया, कुछ बातें बताया, अगर मैं इसको शेयर करता हूँ सबका साथ, तो स्टूडेंट के साथ क्या होता है, उसको बुली करता है, तो मेंटल हरासमेंट होता है. तो हम लोग उस इंफॉर्मेशन को सीक्रेट रखना बहुत जरूरी है. तो इन माई स्कूल व्हाट आई डू, आई हैव वन कमिटी, साइकोलॉजिकल कमिटी. कुछ भी सीक्रेट बात होगा वो लॉ लेवल तक ना जाए. बट स्टूडेंट का इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोटेक्ट करना, अगर कोई ऐप है तो विल बी थैंकफुल फॉर दैट, बट उसको प्रोटेक्ट करना बहुत डिफिकल्ट है और मैं अभी तक नहीं कर पाया, ऑनेस्टली स्पीकिंग. बट स्टूडेंट का जो मेंटल रिलेटेड व साइकोलॉजिकल रिलेटेड जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन है, वी जनरली keeping secret. And AI is not going to replace the people. AI is for supporting. It is supporting tool. For example, मैं लिखता हूँ सोशल मीडिया में, मैं लिखता हूँ, I used to write. तो मैं जब तक कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं दूंगा AI वाई ChatGPT वो अप्रोप्रिएटली नहीं लिख सकते. वो सिर्फ मेरे सेंटेंस को वो इम्प्रोवाइज कर सकता है, बट दे कैन नॉट राइट माई फीलिंग्स. ओके, तो AI से जो असेसमेंट होता है, सेकेंड पार्ट एक्चुअली असेसमेंट आजकल जो AI से होता है, जब तक आप लोग ऑब्जर्व नहीं करेंगे, स्कूल होल्डर जब तक मॉनिटर नहीं करेंगे, मॉनिटर करके जो डाटा मिलेगा, with the help of that data, with the help of that information, AI can support the improvise the method or pedagogy. And third part of my answer is, nowadays due to addiction of mobile or technology, student don't have so much daily life activities. They do not do activities. They do not do any physical activities. So for that, now I have seen some symptoms amongst the student, especially aggression. Do you agree with me? Yes. Aggression. They become so aggressive due to excessive use of technology. This is one of the major drawback of technology, as I felt. So for that, we need some experiential learning. I have an innovation lab. I have started 2 years back. For example, I used to teach physics as well as chemistry. So in physics, I made some activity, innovation tool, like during the explanation of Faraday's law. Practically, I used to explain. I have innovation lab. I have lots of kit made by our student or made by teacher, and I took some help from some innovation company also. Okay, so from that, I got lots of benefit. So, and
thank
like
you,
yoga
sir. I
classes,
think the innovation part, if time permits, we'll come back to it later. But thank you for your input, especially the scenario that you've given, your personal experience from traditional learning to technology-based learning. And if time permits, we'll come back to the innovation part. Please, I apologize. And we move on to the next panel speaker, Ms. Mallika Singh from Lakshya International School, Tezpur. What steps can educational institutions take to bridge the digital divide and ensure all students have equal access to online learning? And may I request, kindly keep it brief.
Definitely, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. First of all, it's my honor to be here, ma'am. Thank you so much for inviting me as a speaker. Myself, Mrs. Mallika Singh, founder and director of Lakshya International School. and we are running 4 more branches. And when I started my journey, I was only 21 years as an educator when I started my journey. So from that till now, I was learning every day. Learning is never-ending process, so I'm learning every day. So, ma'am, can you just repeat the question once more, ma'am?
What steps can educational institutions take to bridge the digital divide and ensure that all students have equal access to online learning?
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. So, as we know that we are in an era where we all are using digital resources, right? So, in many schools nowadays also there are no digital resources available. So, it's our duty that we can, school organization or the, like partner with some of the institute or partner with someone who can just provide us the digital literacy, which is very important. Then secondly, it is very important that before teaching the school about the digital era or how to use the digital resources, because schools are definitely using, nowadays schools are start using the digital things, but before that it is very important that we should guide our parents, because some of the parents, they don't know how to use the digital resources. So it's very important that we should conduct a parent meeting or parent connect where we teach our parents about digital uses of digital like AI or digital things. It is very important. Secondly, like ma'am said, that inclusive content, yes. So for that, it is very important that we can make the content or the digital thing very simple and in a multiple languages, so that it is easily accessible to everyone. Because sometimes the digital things are so difficult to understood that the common or the normal student or normal parent can't understand. So it is very important that we can make it very simple rather than very complex. And thirdly, it is very important like to teach our teachers like how to use the digital resources, how to use the AI, how to use chat GPTs. So how to use the digital things, it is very important that we can conduct continuously in a short interval about like small meetings or small programs that how to use the digital resources. If teachers are confident how to use the digital resources, then they can make their students like confident. So it's very important that teachers can continue and on a regular basis attend the meetings or attend the programs of digitalization. And at last, I just want to say we can bridge this gap with the help of parent, teachers and student. If the three can work partnerly, yes, in a partnership work, definitely we can bridge this gap, ma'am. So thank you so much. And at last, I want to conclude my session, my question with that education is a privilege, education is right for all us, right? It is a right for us, not a privilege for few. So we must educate these young learners very nicely. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. And I think what we get to learn from you is definitely the school community has to get together, be it the student, the management, the parent, and of course, the most important are teachers. Unless all of us communicate and coordinate with each other, this learning process is really not going to reach its end goal. And I think here the use of offline content also, because in relation to Northeast, even now internet connectivity is an issue for a lot of our regions. Just day before I was talking to a teacher, he's recently been transferred to a school in Dima Hasao, and he's got a lot of ideas and a lot of excitement, but there's no data connectivity. So we worked out some ways how he could take the learning tools to the students in his school. So I think, as Sir had said in the beginning, if motive is there, I think we can work it out, the end goal. And we move on to our fourth panelist, Mr. Anuraag Saraf. He is with Mind Matters Educational Group, Guwahati. My question to you, sir, is how can micro-credentials, online certifications, and blended learning help our students and teachers to upskill themselves on a continuous basis and help us for the future? Please. Okay, sir, sure.
First of all, I would like to thank you for this opportunity. And I just want to say I'm a normal guy who wants to solve the problem of education system as a whole. So 2 points regarding the point question. Detail oriented, not neglecting any information, and helps in preparedness. This is my first point of the micro credential, which is very important for a person which is which he or she will not get in a in a academic session. And number 2 is value information from a lens which otherwise would normally a person tends to neglect. So I think micro learning and the certifications of the micro learning helps a person to tackle difficult situations in a person's life, which are normal, like a MBA or a MBBS, sometimes doesn't help. And if I want to evoke some thoughts, if people really are serious about this education summit and leadership, so I think people should help students to be prepared, I think, for the advancement, like in the AI also, AI sector also, and if they want to like amalgamate everything with the academics and AI and technology, people should at least, it is a teacher responsibility to at least make them prepare. And if that it is not done properly, I think it is no point of being a leader or a XYZ person. It is no point, I think. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Saraf. So what we get from you is definitely attention to the minutest of details and a right combination of academics and skill development for our students. And I think all of us, be it in the school ecosystem or higher education, we are all working towards that common goal, despite the challenges that we meet with, especially I think in the context of Northeast, where challenges could be a little different from other parts of mainstream India. And now we move on to the second round, which we'll again try and keep brief. Let me start with Mr. Saraf, and then we'll go serially. Same question. What is your favorite digital learning app? Your favorite digital learning app?
It is Critical Strike. It is a game. I learned coordination there, teamwork there, and plan strategies to how to defeat the opponent.
And has it been really useful for you in your personal and professional life?
Yeah, it has been productive in my real life, because all the angers and all the frustrations I have put in, I've used it in a proper way in there so that I can.
So you've been able to channelize it in the game.
I've learned to build teamwork in there.
Thank you, thank you. Same question, what is your favorite digital learning app? Same question to everyone. I thought we'll also keep it light and we get to learn from one another, just discourses.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am, for this question. Actually, I'm not that much good with the digital thing. I'm very truthful with this question, but in our school we are using LMS, that learning management system, and we are using Next OS. So that is my favorite tool, because it is very useful for our students, and that is inbuilt everything in our LMS. So that is my favorite thing. I scroll it, I use it every day for my student for the better learning, ma'am.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Actually, we are not using any app, but I'm learning from YouTube and mainly, totally speaking. And Shikho app is helping me. Shikho app little bit helping me because I'm handling the financial part also, like how to submit the EPF or tax session. Shikho app is helping me little bit.
So I think that's helping you professionally and personally too.
Yeah.
So that's your favorite at the moment.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So from learner's point of view, since digital learning is a lifelong process as we speak today, so it has evolved for me as well. So as a student of English literature, as I did my UG in MIT Noida, so back in time, in 2016, we used to use Wikipedia, so which was a digital tool at that point of time. Along with that, we used to use Google, which was, and as Sir has mentioned, YouTube, back in 2016 to 20 in that era. Now, yes, of course, it has shifted, and we are still learners, and as learners, today my favorite app would be, of course, ChatGPT, because I use it very often for a lot of purpose. I do use Gemini as well. And as a teacher's perspective, from the point of view of a teacher, so I do use, actually we use the lead as downtown school also uses it, I believe. So we do use lead in our pre-primary section, so the elements of lead is good. And for our higher secondary section, we do use Google Classroom to, disperse a lot of information. So yeah, from learner's point of view, ChatGPT is my favorite at the point of time.
Thank you. And I think we'll take a reverse round, starting with you again. The one skill students need the most in the present day that you feel?
The most important skill that the student needs to know at this point of time is to learn how to unlearn certain things. They have been used to, using the internet as the only source of knowledge. They are replacing the books with Google, ChatGPT, and all the other tools that they have. So they need to unlearn it. They need to go back to the roots, start with the books, and use the digital content, the digital tools as an add-on to learn more. But the basic learning should come from the books. But yeah, digital tools should be there. It has to be used, and those should be add-ons. And the most important skill that they can use is to know how to use the digital tools. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, sir. The one skill you feel students need today?
Mainly critical thinking and adaptability. Mainly nowadays seen the topper of IIT used to suicide. Generally I have done one survey. Students don't want to share their rooms, don't want to stay with others, want to stay isolated due to adjustment problem. And in school also I have seen lots of adjustment problem are there. So if people cannot adjust with any situation, or thinking ability is not there, problem solving nature is not there, so nowadays survival is very difficult. So critical thinking, problem solving nature, and adjustment in any situation should be there, and a skilled person, this should be the qualities.
Thank you. Same question.
Same question, yes ma'am. For me, the most important thing is empathy and संस्कार and values. That is the most important thing, because पढ़ाई तो हो जाएगी, but अगर बच्चे कहीं ना कहीं empathy ना सीखे और उनके अंदर हम संस्कार जो है वो इनबिल्ट ना कर सके, तो शायद इतने सारे रिसोर्सेज कोई काम ही नहीं आएंगे. तो बच्चों के अंदर एम्पैथी होना बहुत ज़रूरी है, एक दूसरे को समझना, दैट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. और उसी के साथ साथ किस तरीके से आप बड़ों का आदर करें, ये स्कूल्स में सिखाना बहुत ज़रूरी है. अभी कहीं ना कहीं ऐसा हो गया है कि बच्चे कभी कभी टीचर्स के साथ भी मिसबिहेव कर देते हैं. सो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि हमें बच्चों को डेफिनेटली सिखाना है संस्कार एंड वैल्यूज़. थैंक यू सो मच.
Same question. The skill you feel our students need today?
For me, it's consciousness. We should tell the students to be, I think, conscious about what they are doing and what's most importantly what's going on with them and in their lives. That's it.
Thank you. The reason why I kept common questions, because I think it's a good way to know how each of us think, and there's like a basket full of information that we can take back. Otherwise, the purpose of the panel discussion is lost. Personally, right now I'm exploring the Gemini from Google, and I'm really enjoying it. I've just started, so maybe next time we meet somewhere I can share more, but right now I'm really enjoying exploring Gemini. And by profession, I'm also a mental health counselor, and I work with a lot of youth from about 2003. So that's a lot of clinical experience. And what I can see how our young children are changing is socializing skills we really need to work on, and our resilience, because that is deteriorating. That's my personal experience as a mental health counselor. I thought I would just share. And I think it's been quite an insightful discussion. We tried to include as many options as possible. And what I think we realized today as we close on time, I'm also checking the time, is that the finish line of education has officially disappeared. And we are shifting from just-in-case degrees to just-in-time learning. And as we move forward, I think all of us here today, we are all here for a common purpose, education, be it school or higher education. We must remember that access is everything. Technology is the pipeline, but equity is the water here. Agility is the goal, and no matter how much of digital platforms we use, AI tools we use, human has to be at the center. So when everyone asks, is AI really going to take a lot from us? I don't think so. It is only going to add to our skills of how we can bring in much more to the table for our young future change makers, our youth. So if we keep the human centricity at the core, we use AI to handle maybe our timetables or routines, but the connection that we have with our students will always be us, our teachers, and the education leaders. And this is all keeping in line with NEP 2020 goals. And here I'd like to end that digital age has not just changed how we learn, but it has changed when we learn. And what is important for all of us is to make sure that these learning pathways are open to everyone, everywhere, for life. And I think I myself, I am a prime example at this age. Though I look young, I'm quite old. I'm still upskilling myself, and there's a lot of excitement every time I take up a course. So I think it's the motive, that's the common, and access, which we all have now. So I think thank you to all the panel members for your insights, and the lovely audience for your patient hearing. And we end with 7 minutes to spare. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Gariasi. Your time management is commendable. Huge round of applause for that. And it has been a fantastic session. We loved the discussion. Thank you very much. This is the end of the discussion on digital pathways to lifelong learning, balancing innovation, inclusion, and ethics. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to honor our panelists and the moderator. I request Mr. Sanjeev Sharma to kindly come onto the stage to honor our speakers and the moderator. Thank you very much. Let's start with our moderator, Ms. Gariasi Dutta. Thank you very much. Mr. Diwan Siraj Munir. Dr. Durlav Sarkar. Ms. Mallika Singh. Mr. Anuraag Saraf.
you.